Hi everyone, Jonathan Martis here with North Pacific Real Estate. I'm a local real estate broker in the greater Seattle area. I've been doing real estate over 7 years and I'm a top rated agent, and I would love to be of assistance if I can help you with anything real estate related. So today what we're going to do is we're going to drive through the Kirkland area. If you're thinking of moving to Kirkland, this will be a great way for you to see what the city's like and from a driving tour perspective. This is going to give you a real world example perspective of what the city is like. And today it's actually snowing, which is, it happens more often now, but it's almost March and it's snowing. So this will be a kind of a cool look because it looks beautiful when it's snowing. And this is something that you can expect if you do move here. It will snow from time to time. So we'll go ahead and get started. We'll start in Bothell and we'll go into Kirkland. Here's a map of where we're going to be heading. So we're right there where that blue arrow is, and we're in Bothell right now, but we're going to come down 405 south and we're going to pass through and get to the Kirkland area. This is Lake Washington on the left side, and we're going to go and tour the area and show you what it's like. If you're looking at a satellite view, this is what it would look like from a satellite view. Okay, so we're right there and we're going to come down 405 south. Just so you have an idea, 405 south, you can see on the far left is I-5. So I-5 actually intersects with 405. So when you go up 405 north, you're going to hit I-5, and that continues to go north all the way up until Canada. So right to the border, and then I-5 goes all the way south. I mean, goes all the way through California. It takes you all the way down. If you were to zoom all the way out, I-5 goes through Oregon, California, but 405 ends when it intersects in the southern area with I-5. So we can see here, you can see 405 there, it goes through Renton and then intersects with I-5. So hopefully that gives you an idea of where we're going, kind of the makeup of the area, and just from like a map perspective. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, we're gonna start here in Bothell onto 405 south, and we'll go into Kirkland. The reason why I'm starting in Bothell is because even if you're thinking of moving into Kirkland, you may consider Bothell as well because it's not too far away. And this will also give you an idea on what the drive is like going into the city of Bothell. Sorry, the city of Kirkland from Bothell. So 405 south. And it's snowing today, which looks super nice, and it's almost March. So if you're moving here and you think it only rains, that is not true. It does rain, but it also snows as well. And there will be times where you might even get some snow into March. It's February 22nd now, but you can also get snow into the March month. Alright, this freeway here will have two normal lanes, and you'll have a lane on the far left. That's an express toll lane. You can see on this sign that's coming up, it's going to give different prices. So to go to those different exits, that's what it's going to cost. You don't add all those up, it's just that's the price to go to each one. So sometimes it'll change when it's really busy with traffic, and the furthest exit might be a lot more. But right now they're all 75 cents. You need a pass. And the pass is something you can buy at some local grocery stores. It's called a good to go pass. And you can use that lane and you will pay if you don't have carpool. If you have two or more during certain time periods, it's free to use that lane. Or if you have 3 people in the car or more, you can use it. It depends on the time of day. So how the traffic flow is. I believe it's 40 miles an hour, the minimum that they try to maintain on the express toll lane. So that's what their goal is to keep that lane moving. we're coming up on exit 23AB. So this is going to be one going into Kenmore if you exit here, and then one going into Woodinville. So that's Highway 522. Now we're in Snohomish County, and now we're entering King County right now. King County is where Bellevue, Seattle, Woodinville, Kirkland, and Kenmore, where those cities are located. Some parts of Bothell are located in King County, a small number of areas, but some are also in Snohomish. And then the University of Washington, Bothell, and Cascadia College is at the exit that we just passed. After we pass the 522 highway, then we will be exiting 160th, and that's going to get us into Kirkland. And it actually gets split, where on the left side is Kirkland and on the right side is Bothell. So it'll be interesting, kind of to give you a good idea on how the city is separated. So going right will be Kenmore. That goes along Lake Washington, the northern tip of it. All right, 160th, Northeast 160th Street. And if you take this exit here, 23A, it's going to take you into Woodinville. And then you can also go to Highway 2, which that actually goes into the mountains. You can take that all the way to Leavenworth, which is a very nice city to visit. It's a Bavarian inspired city where it looks like you're in Germany. It's really cool, especially during the winter months. The lanes there's a lot more lanes now, so you have double the amount of lanes, but this one on the right side will be ending, so the freeway's a little bigger. Traffic does get backed up quite a bit in the early mornings, and of course during just rush hour traffic. So a lot of people will use the express lanes if they can. All right, so 160th, we're gonna go west here. Alright, we'll continue here. On the left side is a park and ride. So you can park here if you take public transportation or if you carpool with anyone. It's a good spot because it's right off the freeway. And as we're going down this road, on 160th, on the left side, this is going to turn into Juanita Woodinville Way, northeast. So on the left here is going to be Kirkland. And on the right side is going to be Bothell. I have friends, actually, one lives on the left side of this road and one on the right. And one of the addresses is Bothell, and on the left side is Kirkland, even though they're very close. And if you take Juanita Woodinville Way, continue to take this road, it'll take us close to the Juanita Beach area, which I'd like to show you. Many times when it snows here, it won't stick, but there are times when it will. So you just have to be prepared for that. And having an all-wheel drive vehicle or four-wheel drive vehicle is really helpful here, because when I had only a two-wheel drive car, it would get stuck pretty easily or just slide or slip in the snow. So I would recommend definitely getting an all-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive vehicle if you do plan on moving here. It's better to just have that just in case. Or you can also get winter tires. They make winter tires that don't have studs in them. It's a different type of rubber material that doesn't get as hard in the cold. And so it allows you to have pretty good grip even if you have a two-wheel drive car. But the easiest way would just be to get an all-wheel drive vehicle or four-wheel drive. You have a bus stop here on the right. Public transportation is really good, and if you ever need to use it, then you won't have a problem finding buses to get on. Or also, they're finishing up the light rail. They're building the light rail system along I-5, and it doesn't come directly through Kirkland here, but other areas as well. If you or friends ever need to take it, they have public transportation that they're expanding. You have a Safeway here on the right and some other stores. You have a McDonald's. There's a Dairy Queen there. You have a dentist, gas station, Papa John's Pizza, and then you have some stores and shops here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn left here. This is 100th Avenue Northeast. This is Washington, so Starbucks, you'll find many of them. Sometimes 2 of them in the same parking lot. So you might have one in the Safeway grocery store, and you might have one also on the corner in that same shopping plaza. Definitely won't have a hard time finding coffee. And there's a lot of good coffee shops here. They have little hut stands. They're like really tiny coffee shops on the corners of some of these shopping plazas, and a lot of them make pretty good coffee. Something to keep in mind, I had a client who relocated from California, and he banked with a credit union, and the credit union didn't operate here locally. So just if you do plan on moving here, see if your bank does operate here, because it may become a little difficult to kind of transfer money and handle all of those things, because when he was purchasing a house, when I helped him and represented him on the house he was buying, transferring the money wasn't so easy. It took a little bit of time. So just something to consider. I mean, some of the main banks that we have here, we have Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. A big local credit union here is BECU. It's Boeing's credit union. So they're pretty big here. A lot of people like them. All right, so right now we're going south. I want to take you by Juanita Beach. Several apartment options here, apartment complexes. We're going to take Northeast Juanita Drive. Turn right onto Northeast Juanita Drive. If you turn left on that street we just passed, it'll take you back towards 405 freeway. For the bus here. It's a cloudy day today, which is not too surprising. Sometimes you'll see videos where it's sunny and everything looks great. That is the case in the summer. As we get closer to summer, from July to, I'd say, August, September. So July to September, it's very good weather for the most part. It can sometimes get pretty hot, but you can expect that there are gloomy days, but there's also sunny days. Like it'll be cloudy and then it'll be sunny soon after. So it's not only clouds all day or rain all day. I think a misconception about Washington or in the Seattle area is that it rains all the time. It might rain for a little bit on that day and then not rain anymore. So the forecast says rain on that day, but it may not be raining the whole day. So that's something that people don't always realize. All right, Northeast Juanita Drive, we'll turn right here. You saw back there we had some stores. There's some stores over here and some shops. Pagliacci's is a really good pizza place. There's several locations here and very good quality pizza. And on the left side, you're gonna see we have Juanita Beach. This is a popular place to come, especially during the summer months when it's hot. Left turn yield. So here's something in other states it's not the case, but when it's green, it doesn't have to show a left turn arrow. You can turn left, you just have to yield to make sure. And that's important to know because when people move from out of state here, they're not sure what to do at times. When it has that sign, you can turn left. You don't have to wait for a green arrow. So this is Juanita Beach. There's a playground over here, covered picnic area. Usually you can find parking, but during the summer months, it can get pretty full. They have some volleyball nets as well. Here's the beach area with a nice walking dock that goes all the way around. You have covered picnic areas and a very large playground with faux grass, bathrooms. You have a lifeguard center, showers, and you have 2 full-size volleyball courts. All right, so we're gonna continue back towards 100th Ave. All right, we're gonna leave Juanita Beach and we're gonna get back on Northeast Juanita Drive. On the left here, there's a midnight cookie company. Pretty cool. It's like a little stand with cookies that you can buy, and they're open pretty late. So definitely check that place out. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna go down 98th. Here, I'm gonna take this, and we're gonna go all the way down this road until we get into downtown Kirkland. You can also go all the way across, continue left or straight through, and then take that up to the freeway and also get to the same location. But since we're here, I'm just going to take you down this way. And you can take this path here on the right. It's nice because you can ride your bike or walk up here, and it's just a nice view of the lake. There's a lot of places to ride your bikes and walk and run. There's a lot of trails that go for many miles. So 98th Ave, this is going to turn into Market Street. And Market Street will take you all the way into downtown Kirkland. Downtown Kirkland has a nice beachfront, waterfront area. Some really nice homes there. They have great views of the lake. And you can rent different types of water activities there at the beach. And there's a lot of cool restaurants, places to eat, good coffee. And it's a very walkable area. That's the way it's designed. So in this area of Kirkland, you're going to have some very nice homes. The prices in Kirkland will vary depending on the area, but as you get closer to downtown Kirkland, you will see homes that go up into the multi-million-dollar range. And And a lot of these homes that were older, they're being renovated, or sometimes these homes will be torn down if they're really old, and they'll build a completely new house. And you will see that if you drive through some of these neighborhoods, you'll see homes that look brand new. There were older homes there that were torn down, and a new house was constructed. It's definitely a place people want to be here in Kirkland. And close to downtown it's a great place because it's walkable. You have restaurants and shops. And I want to take you to a park here before we go into downtown. We're going to turn right on Waverly Way. A lot of homes here will have nice views of the water, so you'll see at times rooftop decks people have, because they want to get that nice view, especially because the sun is going to set in the east, especially because the sun's going to set in the west, and they get that nice view. To make sure you look out for people crossing the streets. Sometimes there will be flags. You can see flags, just to make sure you can see them. All right, I'm going to turn right here on Waverly. This is a nice park, and definitely would recommend it, Heritage Park. Here's the entrance to the park. This was actually part of the original school. It burned down, but they left this to be a part of the park, which is cool. A lot of grassy area you could use for volleyball and nice views of the lake. Parking can get tight, so do try to get here early if you plan on making a day of it. You have 2 tennis courts and the play structure for the kids. The parking is a little tight at times, so there's only one way in. So you have to make sure you enter from the other side. You can also see the Seattle downtown across the lake. So really cool park. Definitely would recommend checking it out. And even if you're in downtown Kirkland, you can easily take a quick walk up to this park, or vice versa. Alright, we're going to exit here and continue down Market Street. Just take you down this road really quick as well. Lake Avenue West. Really nice houses here with lake views. There's a small park at the end of this road, and if you ever walk down this street, you'll come upon it. Alright, and if you continue down, it's just going to be a dead end there. Nice little park here. Have a little picnic. Nice water views. Okay, next we're going to be in downtown Kirkland. You can see some of the shops, some of the stores, restaurants. And again, this is a place where you can easily walk, spend a few hours there, and definitely if you want to stay all day too, because they have volleyball nets and the waterfront there. So it's a nice place to hang out when the weather is warm. It's in the 80s especially. Here in Washington in the 70s, that's hot for us. In the 80s it feels really hot, but definitely a nice day if it's in the 80s to go do some swimming. So I'm going to continue straight here. All right, and you have different kind of stores here. You have a grill house. You have a sandwich place, Jimmy John's, Cafe Ladro, very good coffee. Definitely would recommend that. Greek Grill, Santorini, very good. So you have a lot of options here for restaurants and shops and stores. You have Coastline Burgers here as well, and Zoka Coffee here on the right side. Thai food, and you'll see the Google building up there as well. Facebook, Google, and others have moved into Kirkland and expanded here. So if you're into tech, definitely nice to know you have an option here locally if you're moving to Kirkland, especially. And then I'll loop back around. We can drive along the lake. You'll have a park here also on the right side with the playground, basketball court. And if you continue up this road, if you continue all the way, you can get back onto the 405 freeway. All right, so I'm going to turn around. Actually, let me go a little more in front. I'll show you the Google building. So here's the park on the right side. There's a baseball field as well. Lee Johnson Field over there on the right side. And here's the Google building here on the right. We have some stores down here as well. You have a QFC. You have some other shops here as well, which is nice because if you work here, then you don't have to go far to grab a bite to eat. Or when you leave, grab some groceries. We will go ahead and exit ahead, and I'll take a left. We'll go back kind of closer to the water. All right, we're going to continue on Central Way. Peter Kirk Park here on the left. And we'll turn left on Lake Washington Boulevard. We're gonna turn left here on. It's Lake Street, but it's gonna turn into Lake Washington Boulevard. So you'll see both signs up there on the left. Zoka Coffee is really good coffee. I definitely recommend it. Been there several times. And you'll have some different restaurants here. You have a Mexican restaurant. You'll have a sports grill, and Starbucks, of course, to have Starbucks, and ice cream shops. A really cool place to kind of walk around and just enjoy the day, especially on a nice sunny day, which you'll have plenty of in the summer. As we turn right here, we're going to get into the parking lot for the waterfront. Parking here can be a little tough at times, so you may have a difficult time finding a spot. If you wait long enough though, you should be able to find something. Right now, of course, because it's cold and it's not too warm outside, you'll find spots no problem. When the weather gets good and everyone wants to go somewhere, that'll be a different story. So keep in mind, when the days are really nice, you want to try to get a spot here. Even if you come here and it's full, it'll be okay. Somebody will eventually leave. You just have to wait maybe a few minutes. Maybe you just have to wait like a few minutes, and then you'll find a spot. All right, here's the waterfront. This is the beach area. It's not huge, but still a nice place to come. The weather's nice. You have some walking trails. And you have stores around, which is nice. So you can hang out here the whole day. You have a lot of boats and yachts set up over there on the dock. And like I said, during the summer months, there's water sports, like activities for things you can rent. You can see downtown Seattle kind of in the distance past the lake. Show you around. You can walk on that dock also. And during the summer months, people will jump off the dock and just enjoy the water because it gets pretty hot. In the 80s, it feels like it's 100 degrees here. So, yeah. It's Kirkland Waterfront. A lot of construction happening here. I mean, the main cities where people want to be pretty close: Kirkland, Bellevue, Seattle, Woodinville, kind of areas where they're not too far away from anything, but especially Kirkland, Bellevue, at least here on the east side of the lake. There's a lot of construction and a lot of people want to be central to this area. So you'll see buildings popping up all the time, and more tech companies from Silicon Valley are putting locations here. So it's definitely showing growth, and because of that, prices of the homes are going up. Even though we experience at times a downward trend in prices, eventually they still hold their value and will go back up in time because it's a very desirable place to live. You have good jobs, you have nice mountains where you can hike and do different types of activities. You have the lake, you have the Puget Sound, so just the area where you can use your boats, and in the summer it's super nice. So a lot of people like the Northwest. We'll continue down this road. You'll see on the right side there's going to be some volleyball courts, nets set up here. Nice place to play because you have the lake views. Nice dock area here. It's David E. Brink Park. And if you continue on, you'll see the area to play some volleyball, which is very popular here. A lot of people like to play volleyball in Washington. So if you're any good, you'll want to come here and play in Kirkland because a lot of the players have pretty good experience. Another park here, Marsh Park. Nice views of the city, the lake. You can see Seattle downtown as well from there. All right, so should be coming up on it any second now. You'll see him here on the right. See the volleyball net set up, and it's a nice area to play. You have a park up here on the right with the playground. Ivar's on the left. You can see Ivar's. It's a very good seafood place, and they have chicken as well. Great place to eat here in Kirkland. And here's a park here on the right side. Has a little playground. Nice views, of course. Nice place to walk as well. Anytime you can have a stroll, or the kids are playing on the playground and you have nice views, always a good thing. So as we continue on, we're going to get into Bellevue soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back towards the freeway. I'm going to turn left here. All right, left turn yield. And back behind me where we just passed, it's a really nice place to where people have weddings and nice views and events. All right, we'll continue on and we'll head back towards the freeway. As far as a price point, regarding price point in Kirkland, if you're looking for a single family house, I mean, it ranges quite a bit. So if it starts from, you can get a smaller house under 2,000 square feet for maybe $700,000 or $800,000, depending on the condition, and the prices can go up to several $1 million, right? So there's a wide range of pricing and the areas within Kirkland, but you know, if you're looking for anything under $1 million, then there is some areas that you can buy a home, and it just depends on what you're looking for, how close you want to be near the downtown area, or certain areas where if you want a larger house, like any city, right? It's all going to be a little bit different from price ranges, but the nice thing is you're pretty central to Bellevue. You're not too far from Seattle. You can take the bridge, the 520 bridge in Bellevue, which is, it's a toll bridge, but you can get into the city of Seattle pretty quickly. So that's the good thing. Elementary school here on the left, Lakeview Elementary. So now we're going away from the downtown Kirkland area. Houghton Center here on the right, you have Bartell Drugs, Subway, you have a fitness center, Metropolitan Market, grocery store there. Mediterranean food here on the left. BB Kitchen. So we're on Northeast 68th Street right now, and we're going kind of east, and then this road's gonna turn. I want to show you the Totem Lake Shopping Center. That's recently developed, and there's condos there, and also A lot of different shops and stores. Very well done, very nice area to walk around, shop, and there's a Whole Foods as well. So we're gonna take 405 north. 405 south would take you into the Bellevue area. So we are mostly so far on the west side of 405 in Kirkland, but Kirkland does go also on the east side of 405. Eventually, if you go east enough from Kirkland, you're going to get into Redmond, which is where Microsoft's headquarters is located. All right, so continue on 405 north, and we will exit the Totem Lake area. It's one of the newest developments in Kirkland, and there used to be some older shops there, and they pretty much got rid of some stores and just put a new shopping center. On the right side here, if you were to exit, then you have some other shops and stores. And then if you continued further east, you get into Redmond. And if you take Northeast 85th Kirkland, you loop around, you're going to go into downtown Kirkland area where we were. You can see coming up here on the sign, it says Northeast 124th Street and Totem Lake Boulevard. So that's the exit we're going to take to go towards the shops and the shopping center. First exit is going to take you on Northeast 116th, 20A, and then 20B is going to be the exit we want to take for Totem Lake Boulevard. Northeast 124th Street, if you were to take a left, to go left towards 124th, that's going to be the Kirkland area. If you continue down, it'd take you to the Juanita Beach area. So that's how it kind of intersects from where we were last time, earlier when we were at Juanita Beach. We'll exit here. Take Totem Lake Boulevard. If you take 124th, it's going to take you up to the light, and then you would turn left if you wanted to go towards Kirkland area where Juanita Beach is. So they have apartments as well here at Totem Lake, and you can see there's a lot of places to live here. So if you're looking for a condo or if you want to rent an apartment, they definitely have the options. And even if you're not right in the Totem Lake Shopping Center, being close by is nice because you can just walk here. So they have an AT&T here, they have a Verizon, they have T-Mobile, Chipotle, they have a Trader Joe's, they have a Ross, Nordstrom Rack, they have a Barnes & Noble, they have a Whole Foods. mean, most of what you would need, a lot of it's going to be here. It's the village at Totem Lake. This is what the shopping plaza is called. You see Whole Foods here on the left. And it's gonna be a mixed use development here, so you'll have living spaces above and you have shops at the bottom. And that is becoming very popular. You also have a theater here, a Cinemark theater. So if you like that type of situation where you have everything close to where you live, this would be a great place to be. You have a Lululemon here. You have some coffee shops as well. A lot of choices. Joe's Burgers. Definitely check that place out. And it's just a well done shopping plaza. It looks very high end. The style and just the architecture, just everything and how they planned it looks really good. Really nice place to come and eat, shop. Well, if you want to watch a movie as well. And especially if you live here, then you have everything right there next to you. There's a See's Candy here on the right as well. You have the Ross, a Panda Express. And also you'll have different, if you work in healthcare, there's a lot of hospitals here. There's Overlake, there's Evergreen, not too far, but there's a lot of different hospitals that you can work at, or medical centers. So that is something that draws people also to the Kirkland area. And in addition to kind of other things I mentioned. Okay, I'm coming back through. I wanted to turn left as well. We turned right last time here, but I wanted to show you also the other stores here. So you have a Chipotle here on the left. And then you're gonna have a Trader Joe's as well. So Nordstrom Rack here, and then also Trader Joe's. Some different shops. And you have a Barnes & Noble, Wells Fargo. And it's busy here a lot. Like if you were to come here, it's rare that you're gonna come and it's gonna be empty. I mean, there's so many stores, people live here. There's parking as well for people that live here in the garage. But this is a really nice place for people to come because there's so many different shops and stores, restaurants, coffee shops. Nice place to walk around, and it will be hard at times to find a parking spot. So just keep that in mind if you do plan on coming to the Totem Lake Shopping Center here. And up ahead here on the left, we will have the Whole Foods market. So if you want a Trader Joe's and a Whole Foods, you got both in the same plaza, which is nice. All right, that was the driving tour through Kirkland to give you an idea of what the city is like. I didn't cover every single part of Kirkland, but hopefully this will help you get kind of an understanding of what it's like actually driving through, and if you were to live here, things to kind of expect living in the city. So if you need help finding a place to live, if you want to buy a condo or a house, give me a call, 425-318-8999. You can also text me at that number, and I'll get back to you, and we can kind of get things started. So also, if you have any other questions, if you're curious about the area, if you're maybe thinking of moving, but you're not ready to buy, that's fine as well. So I would love to help in any way that I can. Again, my name is Jonathan Martis with North Pacific Real Estate, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you again for watching.